because we're now less than a week away from the new congressional term, and Republican House leadership still silent over what, if anything, they will do about you-know-who, Congressman-elect George Santos. The incoming lawmaker admitted earlier this week to deliberately lying about several key details of his background, including education, work history, and even personal life. That's all, just all of it. But even without a word from leadership, many on the right are calling for a response themselves. The Republican Jewish coalition slams Santos. In a statement, the group's CEO writes this: "He deceived us and misrepresented his heritage. In public comments and to us personally, he previously claimed to be Jewish." Fellow Republican New York Congressman-elect veteran Nick LaLota responded to the controversy on Twitter, writing, "As a Navy man who campaigned on restoring accountability and integrity to our government, I believe a full investigation by the House Ethics Committee and, if necessary, law enforcement is required." The Nassau County Republican Committee chair said in his statement that he is deeply disappointed in Mr. Santos and expected more than just a blanket apology. The damage that his lies have caused to many people, especially those who have been impacted by the Holocaust, are profound. However, he stopped short of calling for Santos to resign. But Trump advisor Jason Miller went all the way. In a social media post, he simply wrote this: "Get rid of this loser." Santos appeared on Fox News yesterday in an interview with fill-in host, former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who repeatedly called him out for his lies.
What does the word integrity mean to you?
Well, Tulsi, thank you for having me. To answer your question, integrity is very important. And like I said to the New York Post, embellishing
what does it mean, though? What does it mean? Because the meaning of the word actually matters in practice.
Of course, it means to carry yourself in an honorable way. And I made a mistake. And I think humans are flawed, and we all make mistakes, Tulsi.
The thing is, Congressman-elect, integrity means, yes, carrying yourself with honor, but it means telling the truth, being a person of integrity. And if I were one of those in New York's 3rd District right now that the election is over, and I'm finding out all of these lies that you've told, not just one little lie or one little embellishment, these are blatant lies. My question is, do you have no shame? Do you have no shame in the people who are now you're asking to trust you to go and be their voice for them, their families, and their kids in Washington?
Tulsi, I can say the same thing about the Democrats and the party. Look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden's been lying to the American people for 40 years. He's the president of the United States. Democrats resoundingly support him. Do they have no shame?
Are you Jewish? We've got a letter that your campaign sent out earlier this year, which reads as follows: "As a proud American Jew, I've been to Israel numerous times for educational, business, and leisurely trips." You said there in that letter that you are, quote, "a proud American Jew." How do you explain that?
My heritage is Jewish. I've always identified as Jewish. I was raised a practicing Catholic. I think I've gone through this. Even I've not being raised a practicing Jew, I've always joked with friends and circles, even in the campaign, I'd say, guys, I'm Jewish. Remember, I was raised Catholic. So, look, I understand everybody wants to nitpick at me.
If Santos thought he was going to get a friendly forum on Tucker Carlson last night, he did not. Credit to Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democratic Congresswoman, filling in. Santos did apologize in another recent interview where he admitted to embellishing, all of his resume. NBC News has reached out to Santos for a statement. Nothing there. If Republicans were to force Santos to resign, it would prompt a special election in the swing district that he flipped, which would be risky for the GOP's very thin House majority. Santos has also pledged to vote for Republican leader Kevin McCarthy for House Speaker, a vote McCarthy will need next week. And Christina Greer seems to me that's the crux of this. We can make fun of George Santos. He's not Jewish, he's Jew-ish. And he basically seems to have made up everything about his past, or just about everything about his past. But there hasn't been any condemnation from Republican leadership. They have remained silent. It certainly looks like he's on track to take his seat, and that's a large part, it seems to me, because Kevin McCarthy needs to count on his vote.
Absolutely, John. I mean, the fact that Republicans will have a lot of hand-wringing but no punishment at all for George Santos the fact that they aren't going to really call for his resignation lets us know that they want that slim majority in the House. And with divided government, there won't be many policy positions coming from the Republican Party. It'll be lots of Hunter Biden, lots of Hillary Clinton retreads. But they don't want to risk, as you said, possibly turning this into a special election and losing what was a Democratic seat before George Santos was narrowly elected just this past November.
Hey, Susan Page Heilman here. You're as a fellow a journalist in longstanding, you have sharp eyes and sharp ears. The thing that I'm noticing right now about Santos is that he's only been in this apology tour for a couple days, and he's already starting to get a little prickly about it. You hear him say, "I've discussed this already, Tulsi, and the people can pick at me." It is usually a sign of a candidate, of someone who's trying to dig themselves out of a hole, that they are about to either dig a little deeper or just completely unravel when they, early in the apology tour, start to try to play the victim in the apology tour. That is always, like, to me, early warning sign for candidate implosion ahead.
It reminds me of Southwest Airlines, right? Crisis management has a few basic rules. And the first is say you're sorry, make it right, promise it won't happen again. And I'm not sure either of these entities, either this congressman-elect or the airline, has fully digested what it is they need to do to get right with their customers or their voters. Now, maybe he's got some time to do that. It's hard to force a member of Congress to resign if he or she doesn't want to. House Republicans have been pretty tolerant of questionable behavior by their members, including those who participated in the January 6th assault on our democracy. So I would not hold my breath waiting for something to happen to force George Santos out. But I will say it is hard to remember another new member of Congress who has had a rockier start